Stop. Before you do that, before you drop another clove into your tea, chew one like you've been doing for years, or sprinkle it into your morning oatmeal. I need you to hear something, because there's a very good chance that everything you've been doing with cloves is actually making things worse. Not a little worse, significantly worse. And the most painful part? You might have been doing it for months, maybe years, thinking you were helping your body, while quietly, silently, the benefits you were chasing were being erased. Every single time. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you're going to completely change the way you use this spice. And for some of you, this might be the most important 4 minutes you spend this week. Mistake number 1. Boiling cloves for too long. Most people boil cloves for 15, even 20 minutes. It seems logical, right? Longer boiling, stronger tea, more benefits. But here's what actually happens. Eugenol, the healing compound inside the clove, begins to break down at sustained high heat. After about 8 minutes of boiling, you've already extracted what you need. After 12 minutes, you're actually starting to produce oxidized byproducts that can irritate the stomach lining. A study published in the Journal of Agricultural and Food Chemistry found that prolonged heat exposure significantly degrades the antioxidant activity of clove extract. You're not making a more powerful tea. You're making a weaker one with more irritants. For people over 60, who often already have some degree of gastric sensitivity, this is a real problem. The fix is simple. Steep your cloves in near boiling water, not a rolling boil, for 5 to 7 minutes. Cover the cup while it steeps, so the volatile oils don't escape with the steam. That's it. You preserve the eugenol, you protect your gut, and you get actual results. People who switch to this method often notice their morning stomach discomfort disappears within a week. But that's not even the most important mistake on this list. If you're finding this useful, and I think you will, hit that subscribe button right now. We post evidence-based senior health content every week, and most of our viewers say they wish they'd found this channel years ago. Don't miss the next one. Mistake number 2. Taking cloves on an empty stomach. This one surprises people. And honestly, it surprised me the first time I came across the research. Eugenol is a phenolic compound. On an empty stomach, especially an aging one where the mucosal lining has thinned over the decades, it can act as a mild irritant. Not like swallowing something corrosive. More like rubbing a rough cloth against already sensitive skin, over and over, day after day. Over time, this can contribute to something gastroenterologists see frequently in older patients: low-grade chronic gastritis. Inflammation of the stomach lining with no obvious cause. The cause sometimes is right there on the kitchen counter. Always take your clove preparation, whether tea, powder, or oil, after a meal. Even just a small snack, a piece of toast, a banana. It changes everything about how your stomach handles the compound. And here's the next thing, because this one is about what you're mixing cloves with. And the interaction might genuinely shock you. Mistake number 3. Combining cloves with blood-thinning medications or supplements. This is the mistake with real medical stakes. Eugenol has natural anticoagulant properties. It mildly inhibits platelet aggregation, meaning it slightly thins the blood. In a healthy young person, this is actually a benefit. It supports cardiovascular health. But if you're over 60 and you're already taking aspirin daily, warfarin, clopidogrel, or even high-dose fish oil or vitamin E supplements, adding regular clove consumption can push your blood-thinning effect beyond safe levels. Most people don't know this because nobody connects the dots. Their cardiologist doesn't ask about spices. Their pharmacist doesn't flag herbal compounds. And so people continue combining things that quietly multiply each other's effects. The fix isn't to stop taking cloves. It's to talk to your doctor if you're on any of those medications. And in the meantime, keep your clove use moderate, 1 to 2 cloves a day maximum, not 5 to 10. Mistake number 4. Using ground clove powder from old jars. I know. This one stings a little. Most of us have spice jars that have been sitting in a cabinet for, honestly, longer than we'd like to admit. But here's the reality with cloves specifically. Eugenol is a volatile oil. Volatile means it evaporates. Once cloves are ground into powder, they begin losing their active compounds rapidly. A jar of ground cloves that's been open for more than 6 months has lost a significant portion of its therapeutic value. You might be taking it every day and getting almost nothing. The smell is your best test. Fresh cloves, whole or freshly ground, should hit you immediately. Strong, sharp, almost warming. If your jar smells faint or dusty, it's spent. Buy whole cloves. Grind small amounts yourself when you need them. Or buy in smaller quantities, more frequently. It makes an enormous difference in what your body actually receives. Mistake number 5. Using cloves inconsistently and expecting immediate results. Here's what most people don't realize about how anti-inflammatory compounds work in an aging body. The effects are cumulative. They are not immediate. Eugenol doesn't work like ibuprofen. It doesn't mute a signal in an hour. It works by gradually modulating the underlying inflammatory pathways that have been dysregulated, sometimes for years. Research on chronic inflammation in older adults consistently shows that natural anti-inflammatory interventions require a minimum of 4 to 6 weeks of consistent use before measurable change occurs in inflammatory markers. But most people quit after 2 weeks. They try cloves for 10 days, feel nothing dramatic, and stop. Then they start again a month later. Then stop again. This on and off pattern doesn't just waste your time. It may actually prevent the cumulative effect from ever building. Your system never gets to the therapeutic threshold. People who do this often describe a quiet shift around weeks 4 and 5. Not a dramatic transformation overnight. More like the edges of things getting a little smoother. Joints that feel a little less tight in the morning. Digestion that settles more easily after meals. A kind of low-grade ease that they hadn't realized was missing until it returned. Recipe of clove tea. To make clove tea, add 4 to 6 whole cloves to 1½ cups of water and bring it to a boil. Lower the heat and let it simmer for 5 to 10 minutes. Turn off the heat and allow the tea to steep for another 3 to 5 minutes. Strain into a cup and add a teaspoon of honey, a slice of ginger, or a little lemon juice if desired. Clove tea has a warm, spicy flavor and is commonly enjoyed to support digestion and freshen breath. For most adults, 1 cup per day is generally sufficient. Before you reach for cloves again, remember this. The benefits don't come from using more cloves, they come from using them correctly. Avoiding these 5 common mistakes can make a huge difference in how well cloves support your health after 60. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and share it with a friend or family member who loves natural health tips. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you never miss our latest videos on healthy aging, nutrition, and wellness. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Stay healthy, stay informed, and take care.